Operator, I'd like to make a person-to-person collect call to Montreux, Switzerland. The number there is 427-9137, calling Mr. Russ Titleman. And just tell him that it's Mickey calling, would you please? Great. Yes, collect call, that's correct. Thank you. Russ, how you doing? How's it going? The recording going well? Great. It's beautiful here in LA today. What's it like in Switzerland? Terrible. Good. Good. Listen, I got a call from the people from the television company. They'd like me to have you ask her some questions for this documentary we're doing. So I'm going to send them in the mail today. It's really important you read the questions, and if you like them, ask them to her. It'll really help the show. Russ, hold on a second. I got an important call on the other line. Mo, how you doing? Listen, I'm talking to Europe right now on the Christy McVie project. Can you just hold on a second? I'm on the other line. Thanks. Anyway, listen, if you could go over those questions and make sure you ask them to her on camera. The director is a kind of a difficult guy to deal with, but do the best you can. It'll really help the special a lot. Terrific. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Send her my love. Bye-bye. Mo, oh yeah, things are great. Oh yeah, it's going very, very well. As a matter of fact, we're working on the documentary, and I'm sure it's going to come out just great. Terrific. I'll bring over the stuff.
I have a list of questions these people want us to answer, so let's
just go through them.
Let's go through them. We'll have a little walk and we'll discuss them. George Hawkins Jr. is our bass player.
Sure.
How did you find George?
Well, I've known him for what, 3-4 years now. Well, mainly because of Mick. I mean, I know him through Big Fleetwood for the most part.
Oh, he went to Africa with you.
The project so far is turning out, more than anyone had, or a lot better than anyone had hoped it would. The material is good. We knew that from the start. But it's really come together, sound-wise and stuff like that. The band sounds great together. Ferroni's a joy to play with. We sound like a band. It feels good.
Todd Sharp is our guitar player, and he was found the same way.
Well, I mean, I've known him for a bit longer than George, actually. But I mean, that was really why I finally decided on them, was because I was so impressed with what they did with Mick.
Of course, no finish yet. We don't have vocals on everything yet. It's turned out real good. It's gone real quick. We spent a lot of time in preparation for it, Chris and I. And then we spent a little time looking for a drummer. In that respect, it's different. Steve Ferroni's a great drummer. Probably not the kind of drummer we were looking for originally. We were looking for more somebody like Mick Fleetwood. Real simple, basic drummer. Steve's kind of a classy drummer, but it's worked out somehow.
Steve Ferroni, who is the drummer for the Average White Band and plays Shaka Khan and many other people. Great drummer.
Great.
I found him in New York and sent him to you on the airplane, and you loved it. So, yeah, anyway, the stuff with Ferroni really worked out. I think that the picture on the plane really showed us the truth.
That's all he took off.
I was doing a date with Paul Simon and our girlfriend from New York. And we finished the date, and I had to go to a rehearsal with Shaq, and then Russ called me up and says, what are you doing in August? And I said, well, I'm supposed to be going out with George Benson. He he says, oh, it's a shame. He said, I want you to come to Montreux to do Christine McVie's album. And I said, well, you know, that's a shame. So then I hung up the phone, went back to the rehearsal, and I was sitting there in the rehearsal, and I said, you know, what am I doing? A month in Montreux, I'd take it.
You called me? You wanted to do it? Oh, good. I'm really glad. No, I didn't. I thought it was last year.
Why did you want to have a producer at all when, in fact, you were co-producer on your Fleetwood Mac records?
Too much of a responsibility for a start. I mean, that's too much like hard work. Actually producing my own record.
Yeah.
I needed to delegate to me at this time.
I personally think it was
I'm
wise.
very happy with the decision myself.
About 1977, Kenny Loggins did his first solo tour, and I was with the band then. And we opened for Fleetwood Mac on a nationwide tour. And that's where I met Christine and the rest of the people in that band. And we hit it off fairly well. I did a project with Mick a couple of years ago with Todd Sharp as well in Africa. And through him, we also got to know Christine a lot better. The last few years, we've been spending quite a bit of time together, playing and stuff, singing. So that's how I got the job.
It's nice getting away from, like, having people hang out.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Like, in a bubble, all you have to do
but I
is
just all I had to do was choose the right people, which I did, and then just to hang out with them for the whole album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think that I'd ever be able to you know, hack it as a solo artist. I think I can now, though. I think there's just a lot more confidence. But I mean, I'm not leaving Fleetwood Mac or anything like that, but I want to definitely go on the road on my own.
Have you written all the material for this record yourself?
No.
Perhaps someone else at the table.
Yes, as a matter of fact, my friend and co-writer and guitar player.
There were a lot of things that we just had on little tapes of us sitting around, and then later on we'd go back and listen to it and go, wait a minute, that sounds really great. You know, just one little idea, let's work on it. How it came about. Chris and I, just like I was just saying, she had this tape of her playing with John McVie who'd come over one day. And it was just, you know, piano and bass and a little machine going in the room. And it was just, they just had, you know, they had a little riff going, and we just messed around with it for all night. Ended up with a song, wrote the words the next night.
He'll be there for
I think at one point we sat down and made a list of everything we'd done with Billy Burnett and Colin, and
Yeah,
we had
16.
17 or so. That, you know, some of them just disqualified, I guess, for one reason or another. So far, what we got seems to really flow well. Feel
Yeah,
It sounds like a band. I mean, it's...
You can also write a song and then realize that you can't really perform it. You know, it's like not your kind of song, even though you can write it. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, you write a song and then you come back 3 minutes later and go, wow, it's a good song, but it's not.
It's not the right song for...
We got millions of those.
When we first met, she was kind of, you know, she used to say to me, you know, well, my music's not difficult, you know, and it's, you know, it's the hardest thing to do is something simple. You know? It's really, it just sort of, everything flows real easy. Really.
Well, just by the nature of the interaction of different people, as opposed to the group of people that she had worked with for so many years, has given her new stimulus. So, you know, just by virtue of that alone, she's doing different things. You know, experimenting with her voice, some different chords, you know, just a little different stuff.
Yeah, I played Mick a couple of things on the phone. I mean, it must have cost me a fortune. Actually, I played and John as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they like it?
Yeah, they loved it. Are you kidding? Yeah, Mick said it sounded great. But I mean, it's hard on the, you know, over the telephone, really. But it was such a good recording, of course, and it sounded brilliant.
Her confidence is you see, I've seen it build over the doing of the album. She's as the tracks have been going down and she's been liking it, she's become more confident in herself, I think.
She seems to be having a great time, very happy. I think for a while there she was a little bit concerned, you know, as to how it was going to go and whether the studio was going to work out. You know, we just kind of, well, she, you know, made the commitment to come here with this band and a producer and hire the studio out. And it's worked out so well, you know, that we're just going to stay here and finish it.
The approach more from a band sort of point of view, instead of going into it tonight taking a bunch of, you know, session cats like writing out the charts and just letting them play the stuff down.
My book.
Oh, is this your book? I thought it was mine. Sorry.
It's all right.
We've seen it. We got the tracks done real fast. Everything seemed to. It was real easy to communicate amongst ourselves what we wanted, you know, from each other.
Thank you. My swords are pretty much gone.
Rhythm and blues all the time. And as much as I love rhythm and blues, it can become kind of boring playing it all the time. And with Chris, it's a lot easier. It flows a lot more. Music seems to flow a lot more. She writes some great songs.
Yeah, it is. It's true. You must be true. I could do that down there, you know?
Planned to rehearse for a couple weeks before we came here. And pretty much in about 2 days, it sounded just fine. You know, you don't want to over-rehearse something like this because once you get into the studio to record it, you're going to take a lot of time anyhow on each song. So you don't want it all to be perfectly worked out before you even start rolling the tape. So that tune, we'd done 3 rehearsals and just sat there and went, well, we're done rehearsing, let's write something. And we actually wrote a song on the spot.
There was one song that we wrote amongst ourselves. It was it's like a band effort. Too much is not enough. And The rest of them has been Chris and Todd did most of the writing.
Yeah, there was one song during rehearsal that we wanted to come up with something rocky. So Steve started playing a beat, and we just fell in. And it's a song that everyone has really contributed to. It's called Too Much Is Not Enough.
So,
Are we working tonight?
yes, we are working.
What time?
I think 7. David's making work tapes.
Good.
Is he doing transfers?
This is like... Anyway, we worked out
Here it is.
the challenge. You want to see the
Check
name?
it out. Let me see the lyrics. What?
Here I am outside, as you see, the National Theatre, which worked out real well because I was able to come and see Susan Fleetwood, who is in Midsummer's Night's Dream, Shakespeare. So apart from playing for Christine, I got a bonus seeing the Sis live in theatre.
Well, I've just come from Gloucester, as a matter of fact, just doing a track with Steve Winwood, which has been really exciting for me because he's always been a big idol of mine. And then we just head back to Montreux to finish mixing in about 5 days.
Christine was a little bit over anxious with the fact that she was doing a solo album. She's absolutely fine and loving doing it now, but 9 months ago when she started getting songs together for the album, I had to sort of let her know that she's been in the business a long time and shouldn't be that worried about putting a selection of songs together. I think once she got over those teething problems, she is loving doing it. And I think everyone enjoys it. I certainly do, and I don't think it's a threatening situation in terms of Fleetwood Mac's demise. I think it's real healthy for all of us.
There's probably been quite a few guests on this album as it is. I think that because Lindsay's been on it and Mick, of course, played on the Steve Winwood track. maybe he was, I don't know, Eric Clapton's trying to do something. I don't know if he'll actually get around to doing it, but if not, well then of course Todd's really an excellent guitar player too. So there's really no formula for me writing a song. The music may come first, or the idea of a story, which needn't necessarily be personal to me. It might just be a friend of mine is in a particular situation and I step into their shoes, you know. I wanted to make this an up album, and I think it is. I think there's not many mournful, tearjerker, misery, gloom type songs. People seem to think that I always write those kind of songs, but in fact I don't. I mean, You Make Loving Fun wasn't a down song, or Don't Stop, you know, but a lot of people have criticised me for writing sort of love-lost kind of things, and I don't really think I do, and I hope I definitely haven't on this album. I think it's a perky little album, I think.
Yeah, Christine presents a problem for me because I literally cannot stand playing with any other keyboard player other than her. And she has some inherent style about her playing which is so absolutely complementary to the music in hand. Any other keyboard that I've ever played with, it is an incessant twiddler, and I can't stand it, you know. And I'm going out the road and I'm not going to have a keyboard player because of that. We have actually done some gigs in England, in America rather, some charity gigs in the last sort of 9 months with the band that I've got out on the road now. And Christine was playing keyboards, so I'm going to miss you, Chris.
I'm going to have it back off my ear though, so I can hear. Really, you can't just get a hold of a synthesizer and just play one note and think that you can play an instrument, which is sort of tending to happen a bit with a few bands, or, you know, the new bands. You know, you've got to have some substance there. I think you've got to be able to play an instrument, and it takes time to learn to play and learn to write and even learn to sing if it comes to that. I mean, I just didn't start singing overnight and sing great, because I can tell you, if you listen to some of my early records, boy, my moral support. So in actual fact, the record hasn't really taken that long to make at all. I mean, we did 10 tracks in 9 days, and I think that's pretty accurate. And we've really been working on the thing for about 8 weeks altogether, and it's virtually finished. I mean, I was going to put a few more vocals on, a few little colours here and there, but it's gone really fast. Sorry about that. If I was you, I'd hold on tight. No, it's if I was Sue. I was going to say, if I were you, and then I was going to say, if I was standing. Get it? Okay. Even Like the end of that, George, did you? Don't turn him down. Oh, the combination's driving me wild. Drives me wild. He's a saint and he's a sinner. He's still a child. Ask anybody, they'll say I'm going wrong. Say that I should walk out. That's not what I want.
How you doing? I'm Billy Burnett, and I'm working with Chris McVie tonight, one of my very dear friends in the world. And we met out at Mick's house one day. I walked in, she was sitting on the drums. And ever since then, we wrote a song together on the album along with Todd Sharp. And we had played together, you know, before, but the music is, I've always been a huge fan. You know, I think she's like one of the greatest writers and talents around, piano player. And I love her to death. I'm just glad to be here playing with her. Well, we wrote one song, So Excited, that's on the record. And we cut that over in, they cut that, and you know, like I said, I couldn't make it over there. but I think it came out great.
My baby's on his way. I just can't wait. I can't wait another day. Well, no, any minute you'll be knocking on my front door. I just can't wait. I can't wait a minute more. Ooh, he told me that he'd show me, said he'd do it right. Then he showed me, just like he told me. I can't deny it, I'm so excited. I can't eat, I can't sleep. Since the first time that I saw you, somebody tell me, what's a cool girl supposed to do? Ooh, he told me that he'd show me, said he'd do it right. Then he showed me that he really knows me. I can't deny it, I'm so excited. Oh, my baby, he makes me wanna scream and shout. Ooh, he shows me what it's all about. Ooh, he told me that he'd show me, said he'd do it right. Then he told me, just like he showed me. I can't deny it, I'm so excited. You didn't do the ending right, did you?
Well, I'd heard a lot of the, stuff as they were writing, and I was out over at the house. We were, over at Chris's house, just writing, and I was helping her and Todd, on some putting down the stuff as demos. So I sort of had an idea of what it was going to be, but it really came out great. I mean, you're always surprised when you hear the finished product, and it turned out as good as it did. I'm real excited about it. The situation now we got between Chris and Mick and the band, and it's been real healthy for me, because I've never been in a band, except for working for my dad playing guitar or something like that. A band, so to speak, is like, mixed band. Christine's thing is, her solo project here she's doing is just wonderful. I think I'm having a blast up there playing, because it's something that I've never really got to do, is sit back there and just play some guitar and, have fun doing that. I'm having a ball.